All right, let's talk about Chris Russo, who got love for Jeff Van Gundy so much that it inspired him to go down the conspiracy theory lane, right? And he floats the theory that Adam Silver made ESPN fire Jeff Van Gundy. Yeah, I said it. Russo is of the belief that there is more than meets the eye when it comes to Jeff Van Gundy being let go by the four letters after 17 years. Admit it, everybody. If we had to have the one that caught us most off guard of all of the firings, everybody's going to say the same name, I think. It's Jeff Van Gundy. So Russo admitted that he may hold a little bias. That's his boy, former Knicks head coach for over 30 years. And he's a guest on his show a ton. So he still says something smells fishy about this situation. Quote, "You're not going to convince me that ESPN and Disney boss Bob Iger woke up in the last 2 weeks, looked at the budget sheet and said, we got to fire Van Gundy because we got to save some money." Good point. So ESPN would never admit it. They're going to say it's our call. Nonsense. Why would they get rid of a great team? That team is a great team, Mike Breen. You're not going to convince me that that team that everybody likes, nobody doesn't like that team. He said it twice in flip. I mean, is it Al McGuire, Dick Enberg, and Billy Packer? That's special. That's an all-timer. Ooh, that's going back. It's also 40 years ago. Is it John Madden and Pat Summerall? In this day and age, that team is as good as a team that you're going to find doing broadcast television, doing an event. You're not finding any better team, I should say. You're not doing it. So that leaves him with just one choice in his mind, because he can't make sense out of the nonsense. He goes the conspiracy theory route. He said, that leads me to the conclusion that someone in the league office must have told ESPN, I want Van Gundy out. We all know he's biting. We all know he gets on the officials. We all know he doesn't hold back with his NBA opinions. He tells you what he thinks, which is what a great broadcaster is supposed to do anyways. What is going on right now in the negotiation scenario? ESPN and NBC and TNT, what are they doing? They're all negotiating with Commissioner Adam Silver and the NBA. So if you're asking me, little talk show host who may not know a thing, this is just my opinion. Silver is the one who fired Van Gundy. Yeah, I said it. I want him out. You want to do the games in the next contract? Question mark. I don't want Van Gundy doing the games. I don't want him knocking the league. I want a pom-pom guy in there. Man, wow, he said a lot. He said a mouthful, a handful. So do I believe this happened? Let me explain, because this does happen. Absolutely, yes. There is a vicious fight for TV rights, and I'm not going to bore you guys with the details, other than obviously it's in the billions of dollars to impress one league that you deserve the rights. Here's the problem. Your competition also has billions of dollars to spend as well. So I had a conversation one time at the Super Bowl with an executive talking about TV rights and the rights to carry the Super Bowl all bundled up, right? It's described as like the Hunger Games. Let me give it to you like this. The networks will and have to do everything to win it. It's not just your price, because you're not going to go out there and pay something so crazy that it's not going to make fiscal sense in terms of on your books. So you're going to see where the competition is. 2 billion, 2.1, 2.2, 2. Yeah, but you're still in the billions, and everybody got it. So this is what they do. You ever go to the Super Bowl? Any of you guys? You know it's a 2-week event, right? Especially that second week, the one leading into the game, crazy. Events everywhere, spectacle. You're like, dog, it's just another game. More than anything else. And y'all think it's just about brands over there and sponsors spending money to make you come and buy their products. Yeah. But liquor companies and, going to this venue in the club is peanuts compared to what's really at stake. What's really at stake at the Super Bowl is the team and the broadcasting team and that network that is hosting that Super Bowl, how they have to impress the NFL. So during that week, let's say Fox has it, right? Do you know how hard Fox has to do in terms of their presentation of a spectacle, so that not only are we in awe, like, yo, that Super Bowl was amazing, and then that carries over to the broadcast, oh, they killed it. That whole experience ties in to trying to break that tie between Fox, CBS, ESPN, ABC, etc. So you can't break the tie with the money because we all got it. So what do? They go out there and compete in different ways to the point of what Mad Dog is talking about. If you're trying to impress just the commissioner, if you're trying to impress Adam Silver, who has final say, if you're trying to go out there and impress, and we are like, what do I do with Commissioner Goodell? What do you do? To what extent, to what end do you try to impress him? Do you also get people out the way that won't make it as easy of a negotiation as it should be? Do you get people out the way who can undermine and hurt those negotiations? Man, you know that billion-dollar negotiations and deals like this happen over brunch at a cafe? Like Silver is there, you know, and the head of Fox is sitting there, and they just like, yeah. And then, you know, casually it's just like, yeah, so who eat a French fry, yeah. So who's gonna be on the broadcast team? The A team still, right? Oh, okay. Van Gundy, interesting, okay. Yeah, he has a lot to say about what we're up to, man. Look, very critical. That would be an interesting broadcaster here. Very interesting. Music stops right there. That's it. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to say no more. They know if we going to impress him, we know how to impress him. So I thought that was an interesting theory. I don't know if it lands and where the rubber meets the road exactly with Van Gundy, but shock factor of him being released, him being on the top team, and no replacement in sight, and this is how they do business beyond the money. Mad Dog might know something too. Mad Dog may be barking and biting up the right tree.